Hey, I'm Patrick.
Hey, I'm Steven.
We're here at IFP's Independent Film Week.
With producer Christine Vachon.
Hello. It's such an emotionally draining thing to produce a film that if it wasn't fun, I don't think I could do it. I mean, it can't be just a job. So yeah, it's still hugely challenging and exhilarating and fun. It's always the material itself. I mean, you know, if something comes through the door, if it just feels like it is truly fresh and provocative, if it feels like it's something I haven't seen before, if it really feels original, those are the kinds of things that we really get excited about doing.
How does stuff get to you?
Stuff gets to me in some of the traditional ways, like agents, managers, but also a lot with other filmmakers. Like filmmakers will say to me, I met this kid, or I heard about this really great script, or I've been mentoring somebody. That happens a lot too. I guess so much of the landscape has changed, but it's kind of like that French proverb, the more it changes, the more it stays the same. Because a lot of the challenges we had 15, 20 years ago, well, first of all, we had to shoot on film. There wasn't anything else. That meant that we always had to spend a certain amount of money, and these days we are in the age of almost anyone can make a movie. I mean, I was on the jury for a short film festival a few years ago, and the movie that won was made on somebody's cell phone.
Yeah.
And that's kind of amazing. That and the fact that people can self-distribute in ways that they never could before. So in some ways, making movies now is really a lot more about building community than it ever used to be, and I think that's kind of a great way because it puts a filmmaker in direct interaction with their audience, which means that, you know, they have to think about their audience and think about why they're making their movies. Look, they want to tell a great story. It doesn't necessarily have to go out theatrically. It doesn't necessarily have to be 90 minutes. There's so many different ways to tell stories and to get them out there, and that's really what it's all about. Filmmakers who are stuck into this idea of like that there's only one way and one format, I think are going to have a harder path to success. Ultimately, I think we have to be length agnostic and platform agnostic.
That's why we're on YouTube now.
I agree.
Exactly. It's funny, I just did this panel with James Schamus, and we were asked that same question, and James was like, what do you answer with that advice question? He was like, I mean, don't eat yellow snow, honestly. What do you say? Like, what can you possibly say that's any true advice? And I'm always like, you know, I hate the homilies of like, you know, go with your heart and you know, do what you believe in. I don't know what my advice is. I think that honestly, as a producer, try not to work with a psychopath director.